China. It's a nation that gets demonized by the West, just like a lot of Islamic countries do. But despite what anybody thinks, China is a global superpower that demands respect. My roots are Pakistani, and I know that China and Pakistan are on good terms. And I've not really heard about Muslim countries really having a problem with China. But I have heard that there is a possible oppression of the Uyghur Muslims and the Hui Muslims in China. And on the other hand, I've heard that this is just Western propaganda once again. So I'm hoping that you as a Muslim with Chinese roots could paint a more accurate picture. You visited China quite a few times. What is your opinion of Islam and Muslims over there?
There's a lot of Chinese Muslims. 1300 years ago during the Silk Road, when Islam finally reached China, there was the first group of Muslims in China, and then it started spreading. Some of them do have Turkish and Arab blood in them. Women converted and they had children, and then generations after, now they're classified as Hui Muslims. But even the ones that are full Chinese blooded, they're still Hui Muslims because they've just been Muslim for so long. There's historic accounts of how the Ming Dynasty, they might have been Muslim, and there's like Muslim royalty in the royal family because the emperor wrote a very famous Chinese poem about Islam. He talked about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of the first masjids in China was 1300 years ago. I visited that masjid, and there's actually very, very nice masjids all over China that I haven't got a chance to visit yet. All the masjids are built in traditional Chinese architecture. They have Arabic and Chinese on the big sign in the middle on top of the front door. During Ramadan, it's packed. Every Friday for Jummah prayer, it's packed. The street that my sister went to school on, the whole street of halal food. It's the Hui Muslims that are there. My parents are from Guangzhou. There's a lot of Hui Muslims, and you see Hui Muslims everywhere, especially by the masjids. But then there's the Uyghurs, right, who are part Turkish, part Chinese, and that land is originally their land, and then China expanded and took over their land. They want their independence. From what I understand, China doesn't have a problem with Islam. Muslims practice Islam freely, and Ramadan and Eid, everything's normal. But they do have a problem with any province or anybody that claimed independence. Their communist government, they want to control their land. They also have a problem with the Uyghurs because the ethnicity and the land, that province that they're from, also claims that they're their own. I cannot speak about the Uyghurs because I haven't interacted. I haven't been in that part of China. I've heard both sides of the story about how any YouTubers that go to that part of China and post about Uyghur Muslims, that they are feeding Chinese propaganda. The Chinese government is paying them or whatever. I also seen other people that went there and they show that the Shahada is being covered on the plaque and the names of Allah being covered. They don't want them to pray, and the only time they show Uyghur Muslims is them dancing to their culture, and it's nothing to do with Islam, and that the Uyghurs are not allowed to practice their faith. Just like judging off online, I don't see any concrete evidence on both sides. I don't want to form my opinion on that, but from the parts of China that I've been to and the people that I've known, the Chinese government has no problem with Islam, and actually the Chinese government is doing a better job about Palestine than the US government. The Chinese government are saying how Palestine should be free, and they're speaking bad about Israel.